I'm sure
he's over here acting like he's just turned over a new leaf, and this is his like what his rebound arc, his freaking his villain arc over. Now this is his comeback arc. He's gonna become a good guy now. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What, you took 3 months off from working on the game that you've been getting paid to work on, so suddenly you're no longer a pedo? Like, what does that mean?
Still have plenty of room for
Like, what? What is he talking about?
Mentally now.
No, idiot. It's just a front page. All right, cool. He added his front page. I figured it out. Don't worry. I'm a smart monkey. Here it is. Yeah, no, he definitely enlisted. I don't know what's up with that. And I mean, to be honest, I say I don't know what's up with that. He quite literally said in the first 2 minutes that he spoke about sexual things with a minor. Like, let's say, what's up? Are we visiting the dark web when we hit 1 million views? Dude, y'all want to go to the dark web on tour? On tour like that? Nah, son, that's scary. That's scary territory right there. I don't know. I mean, it's not like this machine is like not really plugged in, like, to the rest of my network and stuff, since it's just a gaming PC. But still, it's very scary. I don't like the dark web. The dark web is scary. Chaos took me there once. Yeah, no, Mr. Gamer, if you have the link, post it up, my dude. To the original. I know that there is a couple. Oh, we're gonna check this one out. Trust me, y'all gotta see that one. Let me see. Let me see if I can find. Frickin'. I can spell. Yeah, it's nothing but reactions now. No, not the original. Let me see if somebody actually posted up the, boop. Okay, somebody re-uploaded it. Apology Archive re-uploaded. No freaking way this dude made a whole channel just to save apologies. No shot. He has 2 subscribers? I'm subscribing right now. This guy really made a whole channel? Hello there. Hello. Welcome. This place is funny, this internet place that we share. I humbly welcome you into our fold. Let's do it.
Hello, I'm Yandere.
You said, are you watching Filthy Frank or Pinky Songs? I recommended Dumplings. Ooh, we'll definitely check it out, my dude. I'll tell you what, we'll watch this apology video. There's a very special video I wanted to show you guys. And then we'll if you want any more recommendations, pop it down in the comments or on the Discord, and we will check them out, my dude. Right, where was I? Here we go. All right. So this is a re-upload of the original apology. Let's check it out for ourselves. Take in the evidence, see what he says. Now, for those who do not know, the allegations are that this dude over here, creator of the Yandere simulator game, has had very, let's say, disturbing conversations with some of the minors in his community. And he is not above that. He has also been, not above that, right? But on top of that is what I meant to say. On top of that, he's also been given a butt ton of money to finish this game that's been years and years in the making and seems like nowhere near completion whatsoever. And not only that, but we'll get into it. But let's just watch. I've seen bits and pieces from other people reacting to it. Have not watched the original myself. Let's go. Let's get it.
Hello, I'm Yandere Dev, the developer of Yandere Simulator. Last year,
bro, you're the developer of Yandere Simulator. You can't even say it right.
That I would like to address. The accusation is that I attempted to groom an underage fan of my game. I will take accountability and admit that I did discuss inappropriate topics with a fan. However,
Ladies and gentlemen, time it! Time it! How quickly to get canceled? 21 seconds! I don't need to see any more, ladies and gentlemen. That is all the proof I need. Game, set, and match. Checkmate. Goal. We have won. Blow the whistle. Take them away, ladies and gentlemen. I don't need to hear anymore. That seems pretty open and shut to me. I mean, I don't know. Can we repeat that one more time? Let's repeat that one more time. Let's go back 20 seconds. Let's do this. Might as well start over. Let's go 10 seconds. We only got 20 seconds in the video so far, so let's go back 10 seconds and see.
The accusation is that I attempted to groom an underage fan of my game. I will take accountability and admit that I did discuss inappropriate topics with a fan. However, the accusation that I
heard it correctly the first time.
This fan
just to make
is
sure.
False.
Got it. Okay.
In this video, I would like to apologize for what I feel I should.
He's saying he didn't groom her, but he definitely had inappropriate conversations. Got it. Okay.
You know what is true and what isn't true. Let's start at the beginning. Last year, a fan of my game contacted me and wanted to chat. Usually, when a fan tries to talk with me, I just tell them that I'm too busy. But this person...
Usually, I just respond like an adult. And if at any point the conversation leads to them being under the age of 18, I pretty much exclusively only message them in a public setting. Comment section, my community Discord, any YouTube channel, like anywhere that the public can see what we're talking about. I refuse to have private conversations or private DMs with anyone I know for a fact is under the age of 18. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's Chaos says when the FBI enters chat. Yeah, I am sorry, but that's just...
seemed really nice.
This is for my safety as much as it is yours.
I decided, you know what? Sure, let's talk. She let me know right off the bat.
Trust me, there's nothing we need to talk about in private. We can talk about it in any comment and any video.
When I was 16,
live on chat. I don't mind
that
talking all day live on chat.
So
that's what Fridays are for.
It feel weird to me. In the beginning, our conversations were normal,
awesome.
But she had a kind of adult sense of humor, and every now and then she would bring up a topic or ask a question that wasn't really appropriate.
And to be fair, at any point you find out anyone's under the age of 18, public or private, you don't speak about inappropriate things. Like, that's just a good point to have in your head. If you have a fan, you just don't talk about inappropriate things, especially not over the interwebs like that.
When this
I'm not saying it's not possible that a fan could become someone with a genuine relationship, but it's
like I myself that it was no big deal and just kept talking with her.
It's just like you have to sort of. There's nuances to it. If I feel like for a big time YouTuber to date someone who is their fan, there's certain nuances. Of course, the age is a big thing, but on top of that, I feel like it can't be. I feel like it's the headspace, so to speak, the headspace of the person. For example, Yandere dev speaking to a minor. I don't like that. Why? It's a minor. It's someone who is a fan. It's someone who is putting him up on a pedestal. There is obviously an influence that he can hold above her to a certain extent. You get me? But then you see situations like Boogie2988, where one of his fans, I guess, just liked the fact that he's kind of miserable, and she started dating him. And it's like, well, she's a full-grown adult who can make her own damn decisions. You get me? I didn't see any. It's sad and kind of weird, but it's like, I don't feel like Boogie is really manipulating her in such a way that I would say it's like quite the same as here, where it's like an adult talking to a minor, to someone who doesn't quite understand the ramifications of their actions to that degree. You get me? There's a big. I feel like there's a big. I feel like there's a big difference.
Like a red flag to her, because at some point she started to record our conversations. Like I didn't really get the feeling that that one chick with Boogie2988 was being manipulated. It felt more like she just happened to be into that sort of guy, I guess.
Uh, I don't know. Look, I've met feeders. Like, they're a thing.
Out to be some kind of predator. She showed our conversations
and I only
to
say
a
that
YouTuber,
because I know for a fact that there are also people on YouTube who have had relationships that were like made through
From
like
what I've been
as
hearing,
being a fan
it
to
kind
begin
of
with.
sounds like the
But
YouTuber
typically they're nice, healthy adult relationships.
At some point, rationalized to myself that it was no big deal and just kept talking with her. Eventually, I must have said something that sounded like a red flag to her, because at some point she started to record our conversations just in case I turned out to be some kind of predator. She showed our conversations to a YouTuber, and the YouTuber decided, yep.
I love how he's like, just in case I was a predator. Can we go back to the first? Let's go. Let me just.
Groom an underage fan of my game. I will take accountability and admit that I did discuss inappropriate topics with a fan. However,
okay, got it. Okay, understood.
At some point, she started to record our conversations just in case I turned out to be some kind of predator. She showed our conversations to a YouTuber, and the YouTuber decided, yep, this guy seems like a groomer. We need to expose him. From what I've been hearing, it kind of sounds like the YouTuber started coaching the girl on how to manipulate me into saying things that would make me look bad, which wasn't what the girl wanted. But you don't have to just take my word for it. The girl has written a statement about the entire situation, giving her side of the story. I've put a link to it in the description below. I won't tell you what to think about it. You're welcome to read it for yourself and draw your own conclusions.
Well, let's go ahead and do so.
Story. I've put a link to it.
Okay, let's see. So, let's read the parts that he's highlighting here, okay? Ally coached me into being exactly what he wanted. Based on years of her online stalking, along with a community dedicated to bringing him down, she used the same techniques that the FBI uses during sting operations: curate a specific environment, build trust, lure in, take down. Ally disrespected my wishes when I didn't want the video posted because it was an elaborate scheme to bring views back to her dead channel. Every person has faults, but dedicating multiple videos to someone's faults shows her true colors. She is manipulative, hateful, and absolutely not a trustworthy source of news. Many of the audio clips were cut up and put together to make him sound terrible, conversations that were not real, taking the worst elements of someone's conversations, removing all the context, and putting things together that sound extremely sexual towards a 16-year-old. Ally tricked people into believing he was a bad person to save her dying YouTube channel. So is this actually her statements? And why is he not highlighting this next one that says, Alex did not groom me, he was talking to me like he talks to all of his friends, but I'm not a guy or an adult, so it came off as hella creepy unless you know his intentions. Maybe you don't talk to someone under the underage like you would the guys or other adults. You typically just don't do that. But okay. She actually says he has autism or something. I compared him to my diagnostic packet. So he really struggles socially and has no clue when to open his mouth. That's part of her statement, by the way. If the video calls were released in full, there would be sarcastic and joking context that would explain his behavior as strange but not predatory. He had no bad intentions, just wanted a friend. If a cute girl was being that buddy and nice to me, I probably would have done the same. Most of our interactions were sarcastic with context, but without context, it just looks horrifying.
In the description below. I won't.
Yandere dev manipulated the victim into writing multiple WordPress documents for him.
Tell you what to think about it. You're welcome to read it for yourself and draw your own conclusions. So
it's kind of like, even with that context, it doesn't sound good to me. What you're saying is that there's a lot of sarcasm. That's what you're going. There's a lot of sarcasm behind our content. Yeah, see, it only sounds predatory if you don't understand that it's being sarcastic. See, he was being sarcastic when he asked me to send panty pictures. Like,
the YouTuber.
What do you mean? I need more specifics. What do you mean it was sarcasm in the context?
In an inappropriate direction. Our discussions got pretty weird. I wasn't comfortable with it, and I tried to express that, but like an idiot, I just went along with it anyway. Because I had gotten into the habit of being really candid around this girl and just casually responding to whatever she said, it was very easy for her to get recordings of me answering
he pretty much
questions
admitted to it right into the literally 20 seconds in.
Topics I should not have discussed. And the YouTuber then used those recordings to make a 40-minute long video accusing me of being a groomer. Out of respect for all
I love how the full audio is not being released, by the way.
Of the people in the world who have actually
I love
been
how
groomed,
if you were innocent, you would just be able to release all of this stuff and
correctly.
prove your innocence.
Grooming is when an adult tries to establish
Do
a
not
relationship.
start trying to freaking... Oh my goodness. No, he did not. Is he actually going to try to define grooming? Hey, bro, you know, I'm not technically a pedo because technically, by definition, see, a pedo would be a guy that's into like minor and... Bro, do not start trying to technically, I'm not a groomer because...
Relationship with a child with the intention of exploiting or abusing the child. That doesn't describe what I did.
Yeah, he didn't intend to have sexual conversations.
A friendship with the girl for that reason. That
it just happened. It just happened.
I did not attempt to establish a romantic or sexual relationship with the girl.
It just happened. He didn't try to do it.
But
such a
after
Rizzler.
having my behavior explained to me as commonly associated with romance, I can understand how it was interpreted that way. I feel like it's worth mentioning that a lot of the remarks I made...
can understand how it was interpreted that way. It wasn't predatory, but he can understand how it was interpreted that way.
The accusation is that I attempted to groom an underage fan of my game. I will take accountability and admit that I did discuss inappropriate topics with a fan. However...
Yeah, I can see how it may have been taken as predatory as well, my dude. It's real easy to take that as predatory. Like, real easy. Just saying.
For that reason, that wasn't my intention. I did not attempt to establish a romantic or sexual relationship with the girl. But after having my behavior explained to me as
hey, bro, how about instead of talking to
romance,
minors, you finish the freaking game?
I can't understand how it was interpreted that way.
It just seems to me like he had so much shit to do besides talk to minors.
A lot of the remarks I made only sound bad when they're out of context. For example, there was one time when the girl jokingly said, "You should make an OnlyFans." And I said, "No, that's dumb. No one would ever want to see that." And she said something like, "Come on, it's so easy to make money on OnlyFans." And when I heard that, I thought, whoa, that's a little concerning. Don't tell me that social media is brainwashing this generation to think that they should...
It's social media, of course. Social media, the ultimate enemy of all these young underage women. Not him, not the guy having inappropriate conversations with them. It's the social media. It's the social media that is corrupting the youth. Yes. I did pass with the freaking Clinton quote, though. I did not have inappropriate relations with that woman. No, he said he did. He did have inappropriate conversations with that woman. He said it. He said inappropriate conversations all the way, 100%. That's the only part he did admit to so far. Not the grooming part. Just the part where he had inappropriate conversations with a minor.
Should just go directly into porn the second they turn 18 because it's the best way to get rich quick.
So, of course, as an adult, you said, how old? 35-year-old adult. So, logically, as a 35-year-old adult, you took the appropriate action here and told her, hold on, first of all, you're underage. Second of all, no, you should not be doing an OnlyFans, and that is not a healthy mindset to have. You should at least attempt to use your skills and knowledge outside of your sexual body to try to, accomplish something. And I'm not saying you can't do both. Project Melody is a wonderful example of how you can do both and still be a creative genius. But you know, as an adult speaking to a minor, I would suggest that you try to push them towards a more you know, maybe more appropriate, or maybe something more, you know, morally ethical. You know, anything that would be appropriate. Correct? Please tell me I'm not about to regret saying all this.
That's a little concerning. I wanted to know if she was joking or if she was being serious. So I asked her, "Are you planning to start an OnlyFans?" And of course...
Why is that your first question? Why was that your first question? Why? Wait, what logical train did you take to go to that? Did she mention doing...
The YouTuber used the recording of me saying, "Are you planning to start an OnlyFans?" to frame me as someone who initiated...
Yeah, in context, that's still creepy. In context, that's still creepy.
It's horrifically inappropriate discussion.
Can we bring attention to the fact that he's 35, 36 years old? Yeah, yo, for real. Yeah.
With children, which is just...
This is a 16-year-old girl, and this is a 35-year-old man.
There's a part of me that wants to...
And when she tells him, you should make an OnlyFans, it's easy, the first thing he said was, you gonna make one? To a 16-year-old!
Point by point down the list of every single
that was his
questionable or
first
suspicious thing I said,
thought!
and provide context for absolutely everything, but that's not really the main issue here. For one thing, a lot of the stuff I said is just weird no matter what the context is. I'll just admit it.
Bro, as soon as OnlyFans start getting brought up, that's your ticket to say, yeah, as a person above the age of 18, and as you as someone under the age of 18, I think we need to stop freaking talking because you're bringing up conversations about OnlyFans when you're a freaking minor.
But more importantly,
at that point, you mute her just for your own safety.
Conversations like that happen in the first place.
No, duh.
A normal, mentally healthy adult.
You never should have continued responding back beyond, "Hey, thanks for watching my content. I really appreciate you. Have a great day."
Would have just blocked the girl immediately after the very first time she said something inappropriate.
It's that easy to not be a groomer.
But I didn't. And having to face that fact was a wake-up call that made me realize I had deteriorated mentally. So, after this whole controversy happened, I decided...
Yeah, I'd say you're mentally deteriorated, alright? That's...
I had to take some time to just reflect. And try to figure out how I had turned into the type of person who would let something like this happen.
How have I become this monster? Because obviously that is not me. That is not that monster that talks to little girls. That's not me. That's someone else. That's someone I turned into. That's not the real me. You understand? The real me would never talk about OnlyFans with underage girls. Nah. That's the guy I turned into. That's not me. That's not me.
After talking it over with a lot of different people, I think I've developed an understanding of exactly how things got to this point. And I think I have the vocabulary to explain it now, too.
I get what you're saying. You said earlier, Mr. Gamer. He's saying it with such gusto, such matter of fact, such like, yes, because this is... Shut up.
Over the past 10 years, I neglected absolutely every aspect of my
Take a drink every time Yandere Dev weaponizes mental health. I don't want to die from alcohol poisoning.
in favor of working on my video game project. I almost never left my house for any reason. I had no social life whatsoever, and I had no one that I could call a true friend. A lot of people...
So that's why I decided to start talking to this 16-year-old. Out of the millions of fans that I have, thousands of people who have donated money to my video game, I decided that this one friend, this one 16-year-old had to be my friend.
Warned me that they could see my mental health deteriorating and that I was exhibiting a lot of self-destructive behavior. And I just ignored all of them. I was lonely and depressed and miserable and getting worse every year and doing nothing to make any of it better and ignoring all of the warning signs that were being given to me.
All of the early warning signs to what? To what? I'm sorry, I can't get off of this. To what? Early warning signs to what? What, did you start watching lollies like on Rule 34? What early warnings? What early warnings did you receive about you talking to 16-year-olds? What? Bro said, yeah, I started listening to Lolly Goddess Requiem like nonstop on repeat on Spotify. I should have seen that as a hint. Like, you know what? Maybe my life is really good. maybe my life has really got down the drain, man. Lolly Queen Requiem has just been like nonstop on the background. Oh my good lord. I bought a Gargura body pillow. I'm still sick. Okay. Hey, it's the good old I like a friend group, and I was in a dark place. It's the dark place. He's Alan Wake. He was in the dark place. The lake made it reality. He wasn't a pedo. The lake made him a pedo.
When you neglect
that's his dark place monster. His dark place monster talks to young girls.
And social needs that badly for that long, you eventually become...
You know what, Alan? Scratch is not that bad of a villain. Scratch is not that bad of a villain, Alan, because hey, at least your Scratch isn't talking to underage girls, eh?
I'm so desperate for social interaction and positive affirmation that you become willing to have inappropriate interactions you shouldn't be having, as long as it's...
You're willing to have inappropriate reactions. What a sacrifice he's making. What a sacrifice he's making for his health, his social health, his mental health. He has to, you understand, he has to talk to this underage girl.
Filling the social needs that have gone completely unmet for years.
Like what? Just give it to your hand, bro. What are you talking about? What social needs are not being met? Do you not know about the orange YouTube?
Acknowledging all of this was step 1. Step 2.
Bro said Rule 34. What? Bro said end hentai.
What I would have to change about my life in order to repair the damage that I had done to my psyche over the past 10 years. So.
Bro said Twitch just chatting section. What?
I decided to just step back from game development for 3 months.
I'm taking shots at everyone today. I'm sorry.
And try to develop a more healthy lifestyle. I started seeing a therapist.
He said what? He said what? Hold on.
Game development for 3 months of my life in order to repair the damage that I had done to my psyche over the past 10 years. Inappropriate interactions you shouldn't be having, as long as it's fulfilling the social needs that have gone completely unmet for years.
Did he say he's taking a break?
Acknowledging all of this was step 1. Step 2.
Acknowledging is step 1. Yeah, acknowledging the fact that you're a pedo. Good. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. The first step to all this is acknowledging what he is. The fact that he dated a 14-year-old while he was in his 20s and wrote multiple SA fanfic. I'm not saying a fraction of a picture is a old painting, but I'm saying we have a lot of pictures here, and this painting is starting to come together. You get what I'm saying?
Was determining what I would have to change about my life in order to repair the damage that I had done.
What would he have to change about his life? First of all, stop contacting anyone under the age of 18. You are a 35-year-old man. What is he? 30? Yeah, you're a 35-year-old man. You don't need to be talking to anyone under the age of 30. Because literally anyone under the age of 30 is just flat out just like in a different world from you. They are living a different life right now, a different life experience. But like, if it happens, it happens. The key thing is here is that you keep it above 18. And if you're a smart monkey like me, you sort of set limits to yourself. Like you can even go 19 if you're like that so inclined. Like for me, I tend like 2021 seems to be like I don't want to date anyone I can't drink booze with. Even though I don't drink booze, but I feel like as someone who doesn't drink booze, it would just be a shame to date anyone that like also doesn't drink booze. I have to date someone who likes booze because then like what are we both going to be designated drivers? That just makes no sense.
Over the past 10 years.
The point is, you don't talk to anyone under the age of 18, Yandere. Like I don't know how this is. I have to have this conversation with you.
So, I decided to just step back from game development for 3 months.
He did. He said he's taking a freaking break. You haven't. How? When did this game start development? Bro, I played this game on my channel before I became a VTuber. Yeah, it was on 2018. This game was in 2018, bro. This game is in 2018. You had all of COVID-19 to work on this. You were trapped inside their house. You were trapped inside your house. Like you said, you had no social life, no social, whatever the frick. And you didn't even work on this game. And now, because you can't keep it in your pants, and you can't well, I'm not saying that, right? You know, he didn't actually assault me. But because you can't freaking stop texting, you can't stop texting or messaging underage girls. Suddenly, you're gonna take a break? That's just too much of a trauma?
Work on myself and try to develop a more healthy lifestyle. I started seeing a therapist. I started leaving my house.
Did you tell them about talking to the 16-year-old girl?
Beings. I experimented with a healthy lifestyle. I started seeing a therapist. I started leaving my house and going outside and interacting with other human beings.
Why didn't you do all that before you started talking to the 16-year-old? Why didn't you do all that? I thought you said you struggled with that. Why didn't you do that before the 16-year-old girl?
I experimented with hobbies that don't involve the use of a computer screen. I found a much better work-life balance. And most importantly of all,
you said, what? I'll drink to that. This is the same dude who stated Mother Nature serialized the other
made friends. I developed a social life. I made meaningful connections with people my age. That made a bigger difference.
Congratulations! Yeah, that would have made a bigger difference than anything else. Why didn't you do that from the beginning?
I no longer feel...
I struggled to make friends. I struggled to meet people because I never went outside. Okay, but as soon as people started calling me out on being a pedo, I went outside. I started making friends that are adults. Like, not, trust me, guys, they're all adults, all of them. None of them are under 18. Like,
it's so desperate for social interaction that I'd be willing to have inappropriate conversations just to fill some...
Why lie about that? Like, it's so easy to disprove, too. Like, you could just... all they have to do is, just show me the receipts. You don't think I have, I see a therapist. I have doctor's appointments. I could just release those whenever the freak. Like, it's not a... Why lie about that? Like, that's just why do people love lying about stuff that they just
the weaknesses and vulnerabilities
there can obviously be
this entire situation to happen in the first place. It's worth mentioning that sometime after this entire controversy started, 2 images started to circulate. These images are fake Discord screenshots depicting interactions between me and children that have never actually happened. These images were either created in Photoshop or made by an impersonator using my username and avatar. This isn't the way that people speak to other people. This is the way that you write dialogue.
You could have it. Yeah, I'm reading this. Happy 12th birthday, thank you. That's a big age for a young woman. Has your time of the month set in? I don't know if I feel comfortable answering that. And it's like all misspelled because she's 12, you know? It's fine. I'll keep it a secret. Okay, sure. I'll send them tomorrow. I'm at school right now. Okay, yeah. I'm not saying it's not, but what I am saying is this definitely does sound like somebody was writing dialogue.
When you're trying to make a comical image for the internet to laugh at. These are not real.
Okay, so they were apparently fake.
Another piece of information I would like to address.
Yeah, that does seem like dialogue. That did not seem...
grooming this girl ever since she was 9.
By the way, he puts this into the video as if this somehow makes anything else better. I just want to point out, this so far this has not improved your situation up until this point. I'm still waiting for the big twist, the what a twist reveal where he's like, the girl was 18 the whole time, or something crazy, because it's like, so far I'm not liking what I'm hearing, dude.
Years old. That's not true. Apparently, she sent me an email 7 years ago. I'm assuming it was just typical fan mail. I always respond to every fan who contacts me, so I must have replied and said something like, hey, thanks for your kind words, glad you like the game.
And that is where it began and ended, ladies and gentlemen. That is where it began and ended. It's like, it's not that the conversation can't keep going as long as it's on topic. What is the video about? Was the video about, we reacted to Yandere Simulator talking to a 16-year-old? If we have entire conversations in the comments section of that video, on the Discord, in the public Discord, I'll be there all day. We can have a chat, I'll respond. But, why did it keep going? You said Alec MC, what? He only responds to... Why does it keep retracting? I don't know why it keeps retracting.
But just the fact that she had contacted me when she was 9...
Is that you retracting them, or is that my freaking bot retracting them?
And then later she contacted me again last year.
Well, hold on, it's fine. What I'll do is I'll do this. Well, I'll do it next time because it's on the other computer. But I'll just make the panel larger on my reference monitor so that next time I can just see the chat on there too. Yeah, see, that was getting retracted too. I don't know what's going on.
Somehow
that's either gotta be
magically transformed into a narrative that I had been grooming her for 7 years straight.
YouTube, I swear, bro.
No, that's not what happened. That's just something that people made up.
We'll go back to that, but yeah, it just keeps retracting all the messages. I freaking hate it. Alright, it is what it is. YouTube is just being... There we go. Now it popped back up. I don't know. Don't know is what it is. Alright. I don't know if it's YouTube or it's whatever the freak.
But, even though I didn't harm a child, even though I didn't harm a child, that's not what happened to me again
because
last year.
That's the point where it becomes illegal, you see.
Somehow magically transformed into a narrative that I had been grooming her for 7 years straight. When she was 9, and then later she... So I must have replied. She sent me an email 7 years ago. I'm assuming it was just typical fan mail. I always respond to every fan who contacts me, so I must have replied and said something like, "Hey, thanks for your kind words, glad you liked the game." But just the fact that she had contacted me when she was 9, and then later she contacted me again last year, somehow magically transformed into a narrative that I had been grooming her for 7 years straight. No, that's not what happened.
Yeah, no, that's not what happened. We just had inappropriate conversations since she was like that old.
That's just something that people made up. But...
Something that people made up, by the way.
The accusation is that I attempted to groom an underage fan of my game. I will take accountability and admit that I did discuss inappropriate topics with a fan. However...
Alright, they made it up though. That's okay, because they made it up, you see.
That not only harmed me, but also the people around me. By making some myself, even though I didn't traumatize or victimize anyone, I do feel that I've made mistakes that I need to apologize for. I allowed myself to deteriorate into a person who is
he really is telling you I am guilty and I am not guilty at the same time in one video, like multiple times.
Around me.
Really said I struggled to make adult friends, and then said I made a bunch of adult friends, like just like that.
I should not have been having. I created
I can understand why he took the video down.
Completely unnecessary scandal, and made myself into a figure who is so controversial that people are afraid to be associated with me or have any kind of connection to my game. As a result, people who enjoyed contributing to the project had to quit.
No, I feel like no one cares about having a connection to your game. I've admitted that I've played your game on my stream and enjoyed it. It was freaking hilarious and fun. My issue is the fact that you keep talking to a bunch of minors, and you should stop doing that. And frankly, I don't trust you enough to allow you to ever speak to any more minors, and frankly, I don't know if I trust you to be on the internet where there's so many minors are available to you, even though minors shouldn't be on the internet to begin with.
To stop. Companies had to sever all ties with me, and a lot of fans were deeply hurt.
Let's be honest, they're smart for doing that. That's on you.
I'm sorry for having stupid, inappropriate conversations I never should have had. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if what Alex claimed was true, why delete? Because he knows that he just made it all. It's not a very well thought out.
Until I created problems for.
Like this is a person who thought it was a good idea to have inappropriate conversations with a minor. As if that's just never gonna get out.
Everyone around me.
He obviously doesn't use logic.
I'm sorry to all of the people who I ignored when they warned me countless times that my behavior was becoming more and more self-destructive. And I'm also sorry for one other thing.
They warned you. They told you, stop playing with those lollies. If you buy one more naked lolly statue from Sega, from Bon Presto, I'm gonna start getting suspicious. Okay, you got that Tanya the evil body pillow was already suspicious, but when you got the bikini model, I was really starting to get concerned there, Alex.
People started targeting anyone associated with me or my project for harassment. People even targeted the girl that I spoke to, spreading
he keeps like bringing it down, even though I didn't like
misinformation about her and spamming her with horrible images. It's one thing to screw up your own life, but it's another thing entirely to screw up so badly that you bring hate and abuse and harassment into the lives of others just for being associated with you. I am deeply sorry for that. I just hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
What?
Well, now that I've owned up to what I did...
Well, yeah, please forgive him. You see, after having inappropriate conversations with minors, he has decided to no longer have inappropriate conversations with minors. He has sought out friends that are of his age, and he is going to not work on his game that he promised to work on and got paid a bunch of money for. So you see, you should forgive him, because he's gonna, I guess, no longer talk to minors, and instead talk to adults, and is going to take a break from working on that game that y'all gave him a bunch of money for. Please, won't you forgive him? Won't you forgive this poor lost soul? This poor widow baby boy. He just needs a second chance. He promises he won't talk to any more little girls. Only that one 14-year-old and that one 16-year-old. That's it. No more. Not a single one else. Yeah, no, he absolutely keeps using, like, language that is meant to, like, make it seem like he's a victim, or make it seem like he's so, like, he was sacrificing so much to make this, like, friendship work with this poor fan that needed his attention.
Wrong and established that I'm not a groomer. Where do we go from here?
A groomer? Oh, that word sickens even me. I almost felt a shiver to be thought of in such a way. Ugh. I could never see myself being associated with such a word. You hear that?
Well, now that I've owned up to what I did wrong and established that I'm not a groomer,
whatever that happens to be.
Where do we go from here?
You know, he gave us the definition of a groomer.
I don't think that 3 months
and
of
obviously that didn't fit the
self-care
description
are
to a
enough
T.
to magically fix every flaw I've ever
Did
had.
nothing but deflect. Oh yeah,
I'm sure I still
100%.
have plenty of room for self-improvement, but I'm doing a lot better mentally now than I was before. And
it's like, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I get what he's saying about coaching the victim and all that stuff. First of all, if Ali MC really did coach the victim and, like, really, like, mess with the footage to make it juicy, my only response is, okay, well then, this original footage with all context exists. Where is it? It exists. This video that Ali MC has manipulated and changed and effectively used as a weapon to change the story, somewhere out there, the original video with the original context exists. And if you are so blameless in all of this situation, I want to see that and make my own opinion. But he's not going to put that out. He's not going to put that video out. He's going to put out these apologies. Because I don't feel... Because again, I feel like most of the times, if you're innocent or if you're guilty, it'll speak for itself, you know. And like you don't need for somebody to coach someone, or not necessarily coach someone, but you don't need somebody to edit footage in order to make you look guilty. You know, I'm not editing the footage to make you look guilty. I'm just rewinding it, check it. Like, I don't know how many times I've done it at this point. If I wanted to make you look guilty, I wouldn't edit anything. I would just play 10 seconds in.
The accusation is that
like
I
I've been
attempted
doing this
to
whole time.
groom an underage fan of my game. I will take accountability and admit that I did discuss inappropriate topics with a fan. However,
that's it.
The accusation that
I made you look more guilty than I'm sure Ali did in that whole video. And I did it with just that much effort. Didn't even have to cut anything or edit. She tweeted her response and stated that she never did that. And to be frank,
people contributing to the game.
Like, I'm not giving her 100% definitive, 100% I believe her, but I'm just saying if she was lying, I'm sure the original footage exists somewhere, and we can make our own decision, put it out. You get what I'm saying?
The girl that I spoke to, spreading misinformation about her and spamming her with horrible images.
If he wants to convince me,
it's one thing to screw up your own life.
He needs to release that footage.
It's another thing entirely to screw up so badly.
But it's not going to undo the first 20 seconds of this video.
And harassment into the lives of others just for being associated with you. I am deeply sorry for that. I just hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
He's trying to give the puppy dog eyes.
Now that I've owned up to what I did wrong and established that I'm not a groomer, where do we go from here?
Yeah, you haven't changed, though.
Well,
nothing has changed. You are still the exact same freaking dude.
Are enough to magically fix every flaw I've ever had. I'm sure
he's over here acting like he's just turned over a new leaf, and this is his like what his rebound arc, his freaking his villain arc over. Now this is his comeback arc. He's gonna become a good guy now. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What, you took 3 months off from working on the game that you've been getting paid to work on, so suddenly you're no longer a pedo? Like, what does that mean?
Still have plenty of room for
Like,
self-improvement.
what? What is he talking about?
I'm doing a lot better mentally now than I was before.
Bro really has to like get off the anime and the manga and the video games.
I'm going to continue releasing updates for the game, and I'm going to continue releasing videos on my secondary channel. I understand that there's probably going to be less people contributing to the game. Less people...
Oh, that's what he's actually worried about. We've finally gotten to the root of the issue. Yeah, guys, y'all, see, because of these allegations, y'all stop donating money to me, and, you know, in order for me to keep pretending like I'm developing a game and not have to work a real job, you have to, like, keep donating. Otherwise, I'm about to go back to getting a part-time, you see.
Playing the game and less people supporting the game, but I just have to live with that.
I can't wait until he's like, sorry guys, I'm never going to be able to finish the game because of this controversy.
Views or downloads,
it just didn't work out.
I'm still going to keep working on it.
It didn't pan out, man. I really wanted to finish the game, but you know,
for me to ever
people
give up.
stopped donating.
There's a lot I would like to say about the current state of Yandere Simulator and the future of the project, but that's not what you clicked this video for. So I'm just going to write all of that in a blog post and link to it in the description down below.
Way to freaking advertise your game
already clear. I
while
just
you're
want to
in the middle of your
state
apology video.
That I don't blame the girl for anything that happened, and I don't want anyone to harass her or.
Oh, what a freaking! Oh, okay. Oh, is that right? Is that right? You benevolent God, you absolute savant, you angel. You glorious, just absolute apathy. You avatar of sympathy and empathy. You see, he doesn't blame the girl, the underage girl that he spoke to. He doesn't blame her at all for all of this. This is not her fault. What a chivalrous, what an amazing dude. He's not gonna blame her at all for it. I can't believe it. You know, I thought he was gonna blame her for all this. I really thought this was all her fault. You see. Because, you know, how dare she bring up OnlyFans to him, the sick, twisted child.
Make fun of her in the comment section or anything stupid like that. So
oh, wow. Okay. So your head's just... Alright, okay. See, I thought your head was just like... Your head was just so far up your ass you couldn't hear the criticism. Now I realize your head's so far up your ass, you're actually using, like... turds as your brain cells now. Got it. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. What with all the shit you got up there. I don't even know where I'm going with that. What is that take? Alright guys, look, I may have groomed this woman. Sorry, he didn't groom her, right? I may have had inappropriate conversations with this minor, but I don't blame her for forcing me to have these inappropriate conversations with her. That she-devil seductress with her sexy young...
If that's what you were planning on doing, don't. Over the years, there have been a lot of other controversies as well. Some of them I never addressed at all, and others I attempted to address, but I just mishandled it and botched it and made things even worse.
You don't say. I can't imagine a world where you would botch an apology.
So eventually, I'd like to make a video, kind of like this one, where I actually address those past controversies properly.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I bet you $5 right now you never make another video like this.
It is something that I do want to do in the future.
How much you put?
With that said, there is one false accusation that I think is relevant enough to address now rather than later.
I can fix a lot of things, but I can't fix stupid.
I don't want this to turn into a long, rambling video, so I'll make this quick. There are a lot of people who are under the impression that
I would know. I'm afflicted with that symptom.
Advocate for abolishing the age of consent and replacing it with a sex license. No.
Okay, I heard a little bit about this. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know this was a real thing. Is this a real thing?
Abolishing the age of consent and replacing it with a
Does he actually want to abolish
license.
the age of consent?
No, that is not true. 10 years ago, in 2014, I had a debate with someone about whether or not age should be the sole determining factor in deciding whether or not to judge someone as an adult.
Should it be the sole? It should be a very important one. You are correct. It should be an important one. So you want to add more? Like what? Like do these minors communicate with a bunch of YouTubers way above their age, or like what other restrictions should we put on here?
I argued that just because someone has blown out an arbitrary number of candles on their birthday cake, that doesn't necessarily guarantee...
Okay, you better finish this sentence strong, because so far this is a bad sentence. This is a really bad sentence. An arbitrary number of candles on the cake. Okay, so you understand that the candles on the cake represent how old the child is, right? Because typically, if you could still fit that many candles on a cake, you probably shouldn't want to bang it. If you could still fit the candles on a cake, you probably don't want to go banging that. Like, I'm just saying. If her age and candles still fits on the cake, let's maybe take a second guess at it. I don't know how big this cake is, right? But
that they are competent enough to make certain life.
I just don't see a whole lot of cakes with like 18, 19, 20, 21 candles on it, you know? I'm just saying.
Pass a driving exam and earn a driver's license.
At that point, maybe you should start dating them once there's too many candles to fit on the cake.
An adult? What if there was some sort of exam or test that you had to pass in order to be recognized as an adult and authorized to make certain purchases and decisions?
I've read that hentai. The one where the guy gets to like bang all the chicks to make sure they're ready for sex. I've read that one. That was good. I like that one. I wouldn't want to implement that in real life because of people like you, but like...
Well, if you think about it for like 2 seconds, you can immediately identify like a million problems with that concept.
You don't say.
And that's because it's not an idea that I put any thought into.
Such as the fact that you were trying to give people a license for sex. Like, what are you talking about, dude? What? Just don't try to bang someone under the age of 18.
Some deeply held personal belief.
You don't gotta get all complicated with it. It's really simple.
It was just a random hypothetical thought experiment I came up with 10 years ago while I was being contrarian towards someone
if the age has teen in it, just stay away from it. I still think it's weird that the porn industry, the corn industry, hires 19-year-olds like crazy.
Used to paint a completely inaccurate.
But whatever, that's not on me.
That's
just.
So I think that when I eventually make a video to address past controversies properly, I should also clear up a lot of misinformation and misunderstandings as well. For now, though, I've said everything that I wanted to say. Thank you for your time, and thank you for being willing to hear me out.
I'm glad you thanked me. I guess thanks for the first 20 seconds. That's the only part I actually found appealing. Yeah, this is about the only piece I actually found interesting. Everything else was just sort of a bunch of gibberish.
I attempted to groom an underage fan of my game. I will take accountability and admit that I did discuss inappropriate topics with a fan. However, the accusation that I deliberately attempted to groom this fan.
I'll let it play out because this is his.
In this video, I would like.
Yeah, I love how he says the accusation that he deliberately attempted to groom. Has to specify it, you see. Some of those girls are younger and not 18 in corn. Yeah, no, that's the thing where it's... My whole thing is just that, isn't it... Like, I just don't... You don't think it's kind of weird that there's a teen section in corn? I just find that weird. I just find that's just, like, live your life how you're gonna live, right? 18's the legal limit and whatnot and all that stuff. This is just me in my opinion. But I just think it's weird. I just think it's just odd and I don't like it. It makes me feel icky. I don't want to judge, but it just makes me personally feel icky and I avoid it. But what it is, what it is. I'm not judging anyone at that point, but anyway, that's that Yandere. That's I don't know what to tell you, dude. That's like for Apology Archive saving this and making sure that we're able to continue to see this even when he himself takes it down. Yeah, no, it's just a matter of time until all of these dudes get caught and sort of flushed out. What scares me is the amount of victims that are not coming out, and the amount of YouTubers that could potentially still be doing this. It's really creepy. It's really freaking. What else can I say? It is incredibly creepy. I don't believe the majority of what this man said personally. I do believe that those images were faked. I don't know if I believe that Ali's videos were chopped up quite to the degree that he's making it out to seem here. But I'm not saying that Ali didn't take creative liberties to juice up the story a little bit to make it more appealing. I feel like there is creative licenses to do certain things like that. However, if Ali did manipulate the footage in such a way that it made something seem to be that totally was not, I have to agree that that is also just bad journalism. However, I heard it from the freaking horse. The horse. It came out of the horse's freaking mouth. You were talking inappropriately with minors, and that is simply just something that just flat out makes this whole situation absolutely gross. To me, that's all I needed to hear. As far as this goes, in order for me to be convinced that, I don't know if you groomed her, but for me to be convinced that you are not to be trusted around minors, this is all the evidence I needed. I am good. I don't need any more. Case closed. Slam the gavel, the hammer. I'm a judge. Bang, bang. No bang, bang for you, especially not little girls. He did defend the idea when conversating with 16-year-old minor. Yeah, no, that whole age thing is such, like, just... Okay. Whether it was badly thought out, it didn't age well with this whole situation. And maybe knowing that you're talking to minors, you shouldn't be making statements like that. How about that, yeah? Just saying, it doesn't take a lot of brain power to do that. Thank you to Apology Archive once again for saving this for the internet archive, I guess, for the internet industry. We got so much. Look at that. He saved the Colin Bellinger one. That's freaking awesome.
Ayoo, be sure to join the crew. Please like, follow, and subscribe. And hey, if you like that video, you should check out this stuff.